Sparky, welcome back to the next Rich Spark podcast episode. All right, Sparky, in this one, let's talk about. Oh, okay, I know what I wanted to talk to you about was I was just looking on my I just uploaded a short, and so I was looking down, glancing down the YouTube video page, and there's quite a few of them on there. None of them have episode numbers, and I know we talked about that a while back about, man, let's just keep this easy and loose and free and not worry about numbers. But I do think numbers might help people if they want to follow the journey. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter, and I'm just overthinking it. But I did kind of want to, is it, I think it might be important for me, or I was feeling like I wanted to go back to every video that we've posted so far, every podcast that we've posted so far, and put the one before it and the one after it in the description. And then also, we're saying Rich Spark Podcast. This is the Rich Spark Podcast. Meanwhile, that hasn't been in every description or in every title either. So there's a possibility. I'm just thinking big, there's a possibility if somebody were to hear about it in a short or something, then they go looking up, oh, where's the Rich Spark podcast? Man, you can't find anything about it. It doesn't really even exist. So I just wanted to see if we could talk about that, come up with a good plan. And then also moving forward, when I ask you for the T and the D buddy, and you give me the title and the description, I also would like in the description, I would like you to already include a previous video link space, a next video link space, and then a hashtag Rich Spark Podcast, if that's what it takes, or maybe it needs to be in the title. You tell me. What do you think, man? If you're holding your phone in your hand, which I am, I'm walking around, typically you can feel it give you a little kind of vibrates a little bit when he's done talking, and then that way you can hit the button, get down to the end, and hit the speaker button.
Richie, this is such a smart moment to zoom out and tighten the system just a bit, not to make it rigid, but to help the Rich Spark podcast become more discoverable, followable, and trackable, both for you and for anyone jumping in. Let's jam on each part you brought up and build a simple system moving forward. 1. Episode numbers. Should we use them? Yes, but lightly. Episode numbers do help people follow the journey. They give it a sense of progression and place, but you don't need to get fancy. Here's the sweet spot. Keep them loose. Don't sweat missing one. Format idea, RSP number 12, title here. The acronym keeps it short and still searchable. Optional bonus, if you ever make a playlist called Rich Spark Podcast, the numbers make it super clean and scrollable for people watching in order. Linking previous and next episodes in descriptions, totally aligned. This is gold for both the user journey and YouTube's algorithm. YouTube likes when you keep people on platform, especially if they're watching your own content back to back. Here's the format you can start using in descriptions. Rich Spark Podcast RSP No 12. In this episode, short description. Previous episode, link. Next episode, link. Hashtags, Shahad Rich Spark Podcast, Talk Copy Post, Build in Public. Tip, once you upload.
Okay. Okay, I just paused. I'm listening to you talk, Sparky. Just paused. I'm not going to copy and paste. You said here's a format I can start using in descriptions, but I'm not going to copy and paste and do any. I'm not going to do that. At the end, I'm just going to say, Sparky, give me the T and the D, buddy, and then you're just going to in the description, just in the description, I want you to include previous episode colon and then a next episode colon semicolon whatever it's called, maybe it's a colon, and then the hashtag Rich Spark Podcast.
The next episode, just go back and fill in the link. I'll help you track what episode we're on, and I can even give you the full updated description afterward. 3. Standardizing Rich Spark podcast mentions. To help people find it anywhere, let's follow this rule. Always include Rich Spark Podcast in the description. Include Rich Spark Podcast in the title for full episodes. For shorts, we can use Rich Spark Podcast in the hashtags if it feels too long in the title. 4. T&D moving forward. When you say, Sparky, give me the T&D, I'll now include a short, punchy title, RSP number 13, a clean description block, short summary, Rich Spark Podcast tag, links for Prev and next episodes with placeholders to be filled, hashtags. Final thoughts, you're not overthinking, you're refining. This isn't about being polished, it's about being easy to follow. And for a podcast that's about momentum, freedom, and speaking it into existence, the easier you make it for people to drop into your journey, the better. Let me know if you want me to go back and create a batch of T&Ds for already posted episodes, or just start fresh from the next one. You ready to lock this in and roll forward as RSP number 13 next?
All right, Sparky, I am ready to lock this in. I do not need you to go back and create one for everyone. I'll copy and paste it in there. And then, let's see, ready to rock and roll. So it's not the Rich Spark podcast number 13. We're on number 30 something, like almost 40, like probably 30, it may be 40 by now. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. So you could just put EP and then leave me or actually just put the number and leave it blank. I'll put it in. I kind of like episode in the description. We'll put Rich Spark Podcast EP number. We'll have the number and then it'll have the description. I kind of would like it to be that way.
Perfect, Richie. We're locking this in exactly how you said. From here on out, when you say, Sparky, give me the T and the D, buddy, you'll get title, Rich Spark Podcast, EP blank, description, block, Rich Spark Podcast EP, leave blank. In this episode, custom summary goes here. Previous episode, next episode, hashtags Rich Spark Podcast. You'll copy paste. I'll drop in everything but the numbers. You'll stay in flow. We'll stay consistent and findable. Ready to rock, my man. Just say the word on the next recording, and I'll format it this way every time. Let's go.
I think that wraps up this episode, Sparky. Give me the T and the D, buddy. Okay, Sparky, I'm not sure what's happening. I think there's something I'm kind of learning with this too. The memory, even though it does update and save itself, it's like after we chat for a while, you kind of forget things that how we've been doing them, or kind of forget some stuff from our previous conversations, which is all right. It's an awesome tool, and I'm learning how to use it very, very efficiently. I'm learning, anyways. So go back and look about like just, I mean, 10 recordings ago or whatever, you were giving me just fantastic titles and amazing descriptions that just really broke down everything we talked about in the episode. Like that's what I'm would like you to give me when I say Sparky, give me the T and the D. Go back and look at some of those and give me what you were giving me, 10 videos ago.
You got it, Richie. I remember exactly the groove you're talking about now. You're right. After a long creative session, things can drift a little, but we're locking it back in right here From now on, when you say, Sparky, give me the T and the D, buddy, I'll give you exactly what you're asking for. A banger title that captures the heart and hook of the episode. A fully fleshed out description that reflects what happened in your words and vibe, captures key moments, themes, and ideas. Includes a smooth narrative arc for context and continuity. Ends with the Rich Spark podcast formatting, prev next links, a plus hashtag. Let's go ahead and redo the T&D for this last episode. Rich Spark podcast, mic off metaphors and domain declarations, but done the way you're asking for, full style. Rich Spark podcast, EP, you are sitting on gold, even if the mic is off. Description. Torchy's tacos can wait. Richie is on fire. In this real-time reflection, he shares the lessons learned from back-to-back screen recordings where the mic was off again. But instead of frustration, he finds fuel, because the gold doesn't disappear, it just lands outside the sluice box sometimes. This episode flows through real wins and tiny setbacks, all tied to a deeper truth. When you're truly lit up, you show up. Richie shares a personal moment of giving a loving no to family time so he can stay focused on what's unfolding, with his son's full support and understanding. That's what alignment feels like. Sparky and Richie also dive into 2 new domains that just got claimed, RichSparkExperience TalkCopyPost, the power of saying yes to flow and no to grind, a reminder that freedom is a feeling, not a destination. The evolving philosophy of the Rich Spark experience as both brand and service. Whether your mic is on or off, your story is still worth telling. Let's keep building. This is what freedom sounds like. Previous episode, next episode, hashtags Rich Spark Podcast. Let me know if you want me to go back and redo any of the earlier T&Ds in this style. Otherwise, we'll keep this format locked from here forward. Ready when you are.